Hallelujah. Good day to you. We have had a beautiful discussion in the last few days about the principalities and the powers. And I said in the last conversation I had about it that principalities simply means territories, boundaries that have been manned by individual by princes, but with the instrumentality of powers and principles, which actually is put as a baseline of subjectivity for everyone that is bound within that boundary. Each time I want to move away from that subject, I think in my heart to just give some simple illustrations as to what this could also imply. The last time I spoke about a scriptural picture of how the principality over the land of Persia, how the prince over the principality of Persia, because principality implies territory right now, blocked the answer from Daniel. But Daniel continued to pray until the angel was able to have a breakthrough. And so I've been thinking about a scenario why people do what they do. The forces that allows a prince to have authority over a principality or over a municipality is the forces of power. And if they cannot subject you to the power that is in charge of that municipality, they cannot subject you to the principle, and they cannot subject you to the bondage of that municipality. And I'm going to give a picture. Now, the way principality works is that they work with the culture of the land. So they try to create a culture that they want the land to accept as a baseline for natural living. And this baseline for natural living will now become a hidden law, for which if you do not work within that law spectrum, you are assumed to be an outcast. And this is what people call what is ruling in the order of the day. That is what is trending, the trend of the day. So there's nowhere in the law book that says that thing must be done. But because it is the trend, most people tend to do it. For example, the wedding culture. Now, you can decide to do your wedding anyhow you want to do it if you like. But some have said, I want my wedding to be the one that will work with the trend of time. So they will now look for the things that are normal, that people consider to be the things that should be done on a wedding. For example, on the wedding I should have a very big cake. Not that it's bad to have a big cake, but yeah, because that's the thing that is trending. All right, I should get a very big hall. So even if I don't have money, I'm going to borrow money because it is the trend. So I must get a big hall. I don't care if anybody will die. This hall, we must get it, And so people go extra mile to do things that are even not convenient to get that money, Okay, I must have 25 ladies behind me that will be dancing, and I must have a kid that will be kids bride, all of that. Things that they don't have the capacity to afford, they will go and borrow money to afford just to follow the trend. So by following that trend, if there is anything that is not correct about that trend, some trends are not harmful, while some trends are purely demonic. You understand? So if there is something that is demonic about that trend that they have subjected themselves to, the power that works with that trend will now subject them to the principle of the error of that trend. So they will now fall under the principle of that error and then become subject to the force or the prince of that land, because they have bowed to that principle. And of course, this applies to a lot of other things. The dressing. All right, what is the trend of dressing? All right, in a community, the trend is that people will wear clothes that expose their breast. Now, it doesn't matter if it is right or wrong in anybody's face, but that is what the way people dress. That's how you will dress. That make people to see that you are a part of that community. So, in order to be able to flow with that trend, I decided to open my chest as a woman. At least everybody is doing it. So, the moment you subject yourself to that particular culture that the principality has set as a rule, then the power of that particular culture is able to catch you on the neck, and the demonic crisis that comes with that culture becomes your own pattern or your own lifestyle. This also could apply to other areas. It could be culture of cheating. It could be culture of doing some things that are not right, and because it has been seen as normal, once you subject yourself to that culture, you fall under the captivity of the powers that rule in that place. And the moment you fall in the captivity of the power, you have a force of addiction that takes over your neck and makes it difficult for you to pull out easily. Then you will now be able to have the common capacity to flow into the same crisis that works in that area. Then you become bound. And that is the reason why in the book of 2 Corinthians 10, from verse 4 to 6 to 7, he said, we wrestle not. He said, the weapons of our warfare, they are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of what? Stronghold, casting down imagination, and bringing everything to the obedience of Christ. And he said, having to revenge every disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled, which means that disobedience must be revenged. But the only revenge for disobedience is obedience to a authority that is superior to these forces that are causing the stronghold, of the forces that are bringing about the imaginations. And that actually is the force of the kingdom of God. And that actually brings us to understanding the principle of the kingdom. Now, I don't want to be spending so much time in some of this conversation, so I will stop now. In the next video, I will now start the principles of the kingdom. God bless you.